All right, so I wanted to do a quick video. There was a recent conversation on TreeChat, which is a social media platform where every post that you make gets a transaction on the blockchain. So it's very innovative. Anyway, what I want to talk about here is the conversation that I was reading through was talking about something that was developed at the BSV hackathon for encrypting data in a transaction. So I haven't looked at that widget and I'm sure it's super cool. But what I wanted to point out is something another user said, that data is not encrypted in Bitcoin by default, and that is true. And when I say data, I mean all of the raw hex in a transaction. So I wanted to show you the only part of a transaction that could possibly be encrypted, at least to my knowledge, would be the payload, the data payload that you put inside a transaction in either your output script or perhaps in your input script if you wanted to get really creative. So, but let's just assume that it's only going to be in an output script. So what we're looking at here is the raw hex of a transaction. So any transaction that you look up on a blockchain or that you write to the blockchain will have raw hex. So that's hexadecimal representation of the binary code that a blockchain reads. So you can see here I have a highlighted portion. This part of the raw entire transaction is what is the payload here in this one that I wrote. So any transaction is going to be different, and it might not even have a payload. See, if you're just sending Bitcoin to somebody else, it's not going to have a data payload. So this would be for custom types of transactions like in TreeChat. But in this case, it is just a custom script that I wrote for an application I'm developing. So the highlighted part is the data payload, and that's the only part that could be possibly encrypted. In this case, it is not. The reason why the transaction cannot be encrypted is because if it was, the miners would have no way to validate the transaction. So I hope that makes sense and it makes things a little more clear. Okay.